Alice, welcome to my channel. I decided to create this video for anyone who is looking into agents, who are looking into representation in the industry, and you just want to know a personal story of the whole process of signing with an agent. And so I'm that person for you. I will say that the journey I took to signing with my agent is just one way you can do it. You don't necessarily have to take the same path as me. Just because I went to a drama school doesn't mean that you can't do it without going to a drama school. You don't need all this training. Well, you don't need it, but it does help to have some training in the industry. That's what I'm trying to say, is that there's so many paths to take. Some people don't even have agents and they still get jobs in the industry, so you don't necessarily even need an agent. But I'm making this video just to tell my story and everything, and for anyone who wants to know how I signed with my agent. And so if you want to know the whole process of how I signed with my agent, please keep watching. And so I took the drama school, performing arts school path to meeting my agent and then eventually signing with them. And I'll link my video of how I auditioned for my performing arts school up in the eye and in the description below, in case any of you are looking into auditioning for a performing arts school and you just want to know a bit more about the whole process. I got a video, and so I'll link that. And that was the path that I took. I went to a performing arts school called the CONTI Academy of Theatre Arts, and I trained in musical theatre for 3 years. Basically, in most performing arts schools and most drama schools, in your final year you'll have a showcase, and the showcase is basically like a 45-minute performance where you literally showcase yourself off, and you invite as many agents to come and watch you perform, and hopefully after this they'll be interested in you and then they'll want to meet you, and then eventually you'll maybe sign with them. And so that's the whole rough outline of what happened with me. And so we had our showcase, and that was that whole month of rehearsing for the showcase and then performing it, I just remember it was just very stressful because we had so much going on. And then obviously you think in that moment that this is the end-all moment of your whole career if you don't get an agent, which is not true at all. And I remember this during the rehearsal process for this showcase, I had the flu and I had to take a week out of CONTI because I was on the couch dying basically. I feel like whenever something really important is happening to me, my body is just like, no, I'm just gonna shut down for a while. And so I was out for a week and I couldn't go to any rehearsals, and obviously we were rehearsing every day. It was just a whole situation. I remember that flu as well. I had like 3 nosebleeds in one day because I was just blown. You don't want to know any details, and so I missed a lot of rehearsals, which isn't great. Well, I think they would rather me miss it than give the whole year the flu and then the whole showcase will be cancelled. So good thing I took the week out. So showcase comes along and we performed at the Playhouse Theatre, and that was so exciting because obviously performing on a West End stage. And so we performed at the Playhouse Theatre. It was incredible. And then after the showcase, you go to the bar area of the theatre and you have to awkwardly stand there and make some conversation with the agents. It was just horrible. And most of the agents have already left by then because obviously they have other showcases to go to. They're busy people. Agents are busy people, you know. And so most of them had just buggered off. Then you have just a few of the agents, and then you're just trying to like weasel your way into a conversation, and then it's just, oh, and I hate small talk. I will say this, you know, after your showcase, when you're greeting the agents and everything, just don't put too much pressure on yourself. The agents who have made up their mind have made up their mind. But anyway, and so showcase day happened and it was all good. And the way that Italia Conti went with how the agents will contact you is they'll do it all through the school. And so what happened was the agents who were interested in a student would email the school, and Italia Conti wrote down which agents were interested in them, and then they'll send an email to you personally, and then you have a list of all the agents who were interested in you, if you had any agents interested in you. And so I remember this. We performed our showcase on a Wednesday, and I think the email came in on Friday. Not only were we doing showcase rehearsals, we were also rehearsing for our second musical in 3rd year. And so Thursday morning, we were in the rehearsal room, and all of us were just, you know, just a bit stressed, just a bit like, oh God. And so we're all in the same boat. You're all just like, ah. I think what was scary was the uncertainty of the whole situation. So Friday rolls along, and all the emails are sent out to whoever has agent interest, and I got an email. I had an email and I just remembered this. I was just like, my heart was pounding. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, an agent like me, yay. And so I had that, you know, that giddy, like, oh yay, someone's interested in me, someone likes me. But I will say, just because they're interested in you doesn't necessarily mean that they will sign you. They're just interested in you. But I didn't only have one agent interested in me. I had 4, which is really incredible, which I'm still to this day baffled that I had 4 agencies who were interested in me. Then once we know who was interested in us, we would then personally email the agents, you know, thanking them and then setting up a meeting with them. Then we would tell the school when our meetings were, and then we were allowed to go to the meetings if they were during the CONTI hours. CONTI briefly talked over about meeting the agents and everything, and so it's mostly like common sense, being polite, having maybe a few questions for them while they're asking you as well. It's a partnership really. You want to get their vibe if they'll be the right agent for you. And I remember that one of the agents that I met, he was very lovely, he was very nice, but I realised that the agency didn't necessarily have what I wanted, and I felt like I didn't quite click with him in a way, even though I had a meeting with him and I was like, oh gosh, I'm meeting with an agent, what is this? It sounds so, I don't know, you know, you're meeting with an agent. It still sounds weird to me. After the meeting, I was just like, yeah, they're okay, you know. He had some things I quite liked with his agency, but there were other aspects that I was like a bit on the cusp about. I was like, oh, is this the right agency for me? And so I will say that I just knew I wasn't quite clicking with them. I wanted to branch out in other aspects of the industry, not only focus on musical theatre. And I feel like he was quite a musical theatre agent, and that's not quite what I wanted either. And so that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to sign with him. And so the agency I signed with and I am still with today is called TTA, or otherwise known as Top Talent Agency. And I will tell you about the whole meeting and everything because it was so eventful in a good way and bad way. And so the whole meeting with my agent was so, oh my goodness, this is what you don't do when you're meeting an agent. You don't arrive 20 minutes late to the meeting, because I did. And I'll tell you why I arrived 20 minutes late. Not on purpose. I was like on the verge of tears because of this. What happened was that the meeting was in King's Cross, St. Pancras. And obviously, we all know where that is. If you watch Harry Potter, you know that's where Harry Potter gets the train to Hogwarts. Platform 9 3/4, AAA. But King's Cross and St. Pancras are 2 separate buildings. Because I did not know this. And so King's Cross is basically the underground, and then St. Pancras is the overground station. And so like international, like it'll take you to the airports, takes you wherever. And my meeting was in a restaurant/bar in St. Pancras, that building, not King's Cross. They're 2 separate buildings. Did I know this? No. I was literally running back and forth, trying to find this restaurant, going up and down stairs. I was so lost. I was so confused. I was asking everyone, asking the information boxes where this restaurant is, and they're just pointing to the other building. It's like it's in St. Pancras. I was like, I've just been there. What was happening? Google Maps wasn't helping because it's saying you're here when I wasn't. I may be in the right building, but I don't know where it is. And so this is why I was 20 minutes late to the meeting, because I could not find this restaurant. And it's not like I arrived late either. I arrived 15 minutes early and I still was 20 minutes late because I couldn't find this bloody restaurant. I was on the verge of a breakdown because I've looked into the agency. I really liked just the whole agency already. I was really interested in them and I really wanted this meeting to go well. Then I was 20 minutes late to it, which I'm still like, oh gosh, I felt it was so bad. But I don't think my agents minded too much because they signed me. But I met with the musical theatre agent and the co-agent, and so I had a meeting with them, and they just explained how the agency works and their values, and they were just, you know, trying to sell the agency to me. And also I'm trying to sell myself to the agency as well. And they just asked me some questions. It was basically, you know, a good back and forth conversation of just introducing ourselves. You know, I was saying what I was personally looking for and everything, and they were saying, oh, yes, we can do this, yes, whatever. I just felt after this meeting, I just knew that I really got along with them, that I really understood the agency, and I felt that they understood understood me as well, and they knew exactly where I wanted to take my path and my journey in the industry, and they would help me with it and everything. And so I thought, this is the agency for me. I just knew instantly that I wanted to go with TTA. And I think that's one thing, is when you're meeting all these agents, if you get to meet an agent, and even if you only meet one agent, you just have to use your initiative. You have to just go with your gut feeling. That's all I can really say, because I knew that the other agent was not right for me. Well, I knew that my agent now was absolutely 100% right for me. For this moment in my life, I knew there would be a really good agent for me. After this meeting, I was like, this is the agency. I'm really interested in this agency, so I want to see where else this can go. And so after the meeting, we then set up another meeting where I go to their office. I guess their office, headquarters, HQ. Oh, it sounds like agents, HQ, whatever. And so I set up another meeting with them. I then meet the rest of the team. So initially I met just the MT musical theatre division of the agency. Then when I went to their main offices, I then met with the TV and film agent and the commercial agent as well. And so I had a meeting with them, and that went really, really well. Like I said, I just felt that they really understood what I wanted to do with my career and where I wanted to take it and what I wanted to do in the industry as well. What was really nice about the agency that I'm with is that even though I signed with the musical theatre agent, I'm still going to like straight acting and TV and film auditions and commercials and everything. I wanted to do as much as possible, you know. I wanted to audition in every aspect of the industry, like just try out everything. And my agency allows me to do this, which is really great. After the second meeting with them and me being really interested in them as well, they sent me the contract and I read through it, and I was happy with everything they presented to me, and I signed the contract with them and I sent it over, and basically that's how I signed with my agent. And so that was just the whole process of me signing with my agent. I've been with them for basically probably a year now. I've been with them for a year now, and my agents have been absolutely incredible to me. I've had some incredible auditions. I've had some jobs with them as well. But I thought I'd just share my story with you, share my whole experience with signing with an agent. If you did like this video, if you did like the content I'm bringing to you, please give this video a big thumbs up. It will really help me out. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.